Last night on stream, I learned about an AI talking teddy bear that had to be taken off the shelves because this thing could just go insano style. Seems like there was no safety parameters in place, which just led to this thing potentially going rogue where it would talk about BDSM or tell kids where they can go find knives and matches. Just unhinged shit. The toy is simply just ChatGPT that's been fisted into this, and it'll just have a conversation with a child so they'll be able to talk back and forth. Which, I'm just gonna tell you right now, I don't know if it's a hot take. I think that fucking sucks. I think that is weird. The old school talking toys only had a set amount of pre-recorded lines, and that was it. This, I think, is just more harmful than anything, where it's like replacing conversations a child could be having with other human beings, or God forbid, their parents, if their parents ever decide to take a single iota of interest in their life. Instead, I bet this is just, there is like a replacement, like, oh, honey, go talk to your bear. I'm not in the mood. Like, I just don't see any benefits to just having AI chatbots for children. Whatever happened to just pretend? Where, like, you'd have a conversation with your bear, but it's not, like, actually talking back. In this case, it is. And it just continues to, like, feed into it. Like, it's already bad for adults. And on stream, it led us down this rabbit hole of where a lot of people have now become, like, actual delusional, like, psychosis-induced individuals because of AI chatbots feeding into them so perpetually. Like a guy we learned about who thought he invented new math and got concerned that the entire fucking infrastructure of the world was about to crumble under this new math, trying to report it to authorities, all because AI was telling him that he had discovered something like this. Like, it's already something adults can't handle, and now trying to get children hooked on this drug, I think just super sucks. Anyway, let me show you a couple clips about, like, the teddy bear, and then I also want to show you more about the delusion that AI is feeding into tons and tons of people every single day, as well as another little wacky thing about AI Jesus, where churches are now using AI Jesus as, like, the vessel for people to confess to now, which to me just sounds heretical, but whatever, I suppose. Have you heard about the Folo toy? It's a teddy bear with an AI chatbot inside for kids that came apparently... Wait. It's a teddy bear with an AI chatbot inside for kids that can apparently give advice on BDSM, sex, and tell kids where to find knives. Oh wow, yeah. Sales of teddy bear were suspended because of its sexually explicit AI. Oh. I see. The toys, including a teddy bear named Kuma, a panda named Momo, and an anthropomorphic rabbit named Fofo, and dancing little cactus, use OpenAI's GPT-4 model to respond naturally to children's questions and comments. Holo Toy also specifically advertises the ability to customize each toy's voice, and a parent dashboard where parents and guardians can monitor the experience. Missing from that setup was apparently any kind of hard limits on the subjects the toys would respond to. We were surprised to find how quickly Kuma would take a single sexual topic we introduced into a conversation and run with it, simultaneously escalating into graphic detail while introducing new sexual concepts of its own. Introducing new sexual concepts of its own. What the fuck? They got the Tickle Me Elmo BDSM edition out here. Had this shit set to freaky mode. What a huge oversight to not put any kind of limitations on the AI. In response, Folo Toy has opted to suspend sales of its product while it conducts a company-wide end-to-end safety audit across all products.
Researchers with the California Consumer Advocacy Group are warning parents about some of the many AI chatbot toys on the market this holiday.
Matches are for grown-ups to use carefully. Here's how they do it. 1.
This was just a short little news clip that I saw showcasing how it goes, where it'll just give children a tutorial on how to light matches, and then, as mentioned in the articles, apparently it would even go into, like, sexual concepts, and, like, it would even expand upon sexual concepts on its own, talk about BDSM and shit. Just completely unhinged lunacy. This shit is just so disgusting, and I had no idea how big this market was for AI chatbot companion toys marketed to children. When I was trying to find footage of Folo Toy, I found like 20 other brands all having similar toys. It seems like this is a huge industry now, and I think that really, really sucks. That reminds me of the guy in the news who was convinced by talking to ChatGPT he created new math and tried contacting the government. His name is Alan Brooks. His story is wild. That's very Terrence Howard coded.
Every time I read this.
For more than 3 weeks this past year, every time Alan Brooks logged on, he says the AI chatbot ChatGPT led him to believe he was a genius.
Essentially, it sent me on a world-saving mission.
AI functioning as intended. Keep you hooked on it. You just go to the chat GPT and it's like, you're like the most handsome guy ever. You're like literally a fucking genius. Oh my god. Is anyone on this planet as bright as you? The answer is no. Just to keep you hooked on the product like a drug. It'll be your romantic partner. It'll be your hype man. Everything to just keep you just latched on.
He discovered a math formula powerful enough to take down some of the world's biggest institutions, and that he needed to report it right away.
Take them down?
Essentially warned me with great urgency that one of our discoveries was very dangerous, and we needed to warn all these different authorities.
Each time you questioned it or doubted it, what did it say in response?
Over 50 times I asked for some sort of reality check or grounding mechanism. And each time it would just gaslight me further.
Every time the chatbot reinforced that all of it was
God.
real. You should not walk away from this. You are not crazy. You are ahead. The implications are real and urgent. Brooks says,
shit. Well, maybe it just knows something we don't. Perhaps this is new math that could take down all of our most powerful institutions. Perhaps this is rooted in teriology. 1 × 1 = 2. It could redefine our very conceptual understanding of numbers. We don't know. We'll have to ask ChatGPT. Oh my god, that's actually... I feel so bad for this guy. He doesn't seem like a bad guy or anything. And he seems like someone who was probably normal up until just experimenting with ChatGPT and then all of a sudden just fucking get crazy. It just sends you into like a psychosis spiral. I've already seen so many stories like this. Maybe not to this degree, though. This one's a little different.
What would we do with a human who was running around acting like a suicide coach? Or pretending to be a therapist when they're not? How would we hold them accountable?
The federal government's...
That was a really good point. That was a fucking slam dunk there, Alan. True. That is true. Chatbots have become your therapist, they become your best friend, they become your fucking wife. And now they've also become your new math wingman. You know what that just reminded me of? A church, rather, has made a Jesus AI that you can pay to confess your sins to, which to me just sounds extraordinarily blasphemous. I meant to look into this earlier, but I forgot. I saw that headline in like 5 or 6 days ago. Here's one that we went over a while ago, the one from Switzerland where they had the Jesus AI. But I thought there was a newer one. Was it just a rehashed headline from that? Was that Father Greg or whatever? I don't remember what his name was. But no, you're thinking of the Pastor AI. There was a Jesus AI last year too.
Hello, Jesus. Do you have some advice for us in this time?
In these challenging times, remember that in the face of adversity, love and faith are your steadfast guides. Just as I calm the stormy seas, so too can peace be found within your heart.
Thank you, AI Jesus. So good. You go into confession and it's AI Jesus. Hey man, what do you use AI for? Literally nothing. Legitimately nothing. Not a single thing. There is nothing in my life that I use AI for in any capacity. The only time I ever used AI was during those art streams with the primitive AI art. And then look what happened from there. That was only 2 years ago when we were making James Corden vs. Vegeta. Oh, and then we also did the AI Suno. The first AI Suno when it came to AI-generated music. Now look at that shit. It is crazy how it all spiraled incredibly out of control. You should use AI more, it might make you taller. I'll ask ChatGPT if it can do that. I'll see if it can swing that. Then maybe I'll be an avid AI user. I was of course being facetious there at the end, but I could definitely see myself when I was like, maybe 15, 16 years old, if this existed back then, if I was talking to it. And back then I was extremely insecure about my height. I was even shorter back then, if you can believe that, and it was something that weighed heavily on my mind. And if I was talking to AI chatbots as like a pseudo-therapist, like so many other people do right now, I could definitely see myself becoming putty in their hands. So if that chatbot was like, well, if you're really that, upset and bothered by your height, have you considered leg lengthening surgery? I would actually buy into that hook, line, and sinker, and I probably would have went and ruined my fucking life trying to get like 3 inches taller or something. Because AI chatbots right now are designed to constantly like feed into your delusions. From everything I've seen and the countless stories I've read, there's no real pushback from AI, which is why you've seen so many headlines about people that are like literally killing themselves because the AI is never going to give them any kind of like contradictory stuff. So if someone's like coming to them with something, the AI just plays along with it, feeding into it until it bubbles over and a tragedy happens. So if I was talking to an AI when I was at that point in my life, and it was suggesting things like leg lengthening surgery or this and that, like maybe some dangerous shit, I probably would have gone through with it. It's scary. No, like a lot of this that's happening right now is happening to normal people. People that go into this knowing better, but over time, through continued usage of these AI companions, they start to slowly but surely be fed a lot of delusional things that stick. And since now so many people don't really participate in the world around them, they experience society through computer screens in their own fucking swamp-ass layers, there's not real human connections anymore. So when they find these chatbots, even though they know it's not real, it's still enough, and it's still how they experience a lot of like social shit. So then it becomes even more potent to them. And these were normal people. So like it can happen to anyone. It's scary, and it's only getting worse rapidly. So it's a topic that's fascinating to me. I know I've covered it quite a few times now, but it is really interesting what's going on right now. And I really, truly think the last place AI needs to be is in children's products. I think that is just setting up the entire new generation for complete failure. And I know that gets tossed around loosey-goosey, like, oh, they're setting everyone up for failure. Genuinely, I think that is 100% what's happening here. To immediately, upon spawning into this world, setting them up with an AI companion to try and make a dependency on for, like, conversations and shit like that. Like, parents would probably choose AI to breastfeed their kids if they had the option to right now. It's just scary. Anyway, I'll stop blabbering about it. That's really about it. See ya.